Vegetarianism in Religion, the Prohibition of Animal Flesh Eating, Part 1. The Baha'i Faith. Question: what will be the food of the future? Answer: fruit and grains. The time will come when meat will no longer be eaten. Medical science is only in its infancy, yet it has shown that our natural diet is that which grows out of the ground. The people will gradually develop up to the condition of this natural food. Abdul Baha, The Days in the Light of Akka.
Question: what will be the food of the united people? Answer: as humanity progresses, meat will be used less and less, for the teeth of man are not carnivorous. The human teeth, the molars, are formed to grind grain. The front teeth, the incisors, are for fruits, etc. It is, therefore, quite apparent, according to the implements for eating, that man's food is intended to be grain and not meat. When mankind is more fully developed, the eating of meat will gradually cease. Abdul Baha, The Promulgation of Universal Peace.
Regarding the eating of animal flesh and abstinence therefrom, know thou of a certainty that, in the beginning of creation, God determined the food of every living being, and to eat contrary to that determination is not approved. Selections from the Baha'i writings on some aspects of health and healing.
Vishnuism. All living beings are creatures of God, and they have right to live their life. We human beings do not have the right to kill them to eat or use for other selfish purposes. The principles of Vishnuism.
Jeev vinashe lahe karne. Why do you kill animals for your selfishness? Someone rightly said, Jio or jinedo means live and let live. Ahimsa parmo dharam means non-violence is the best religion. If we cannot give life to someone, then we do not have the right to kill anyone. The principles of Vishnuism.
People who are not compassionate towards animals cannot be compassionate toward human beings. It is no surprise that the tendency towards intolerance, violence, and crime is increasing day by day due to increased consumption of meat and non-vegetarian food. Due to killing of wild animals, the ecological balance is in danger. The principles of Vishnuism.
Buddhism. Eating meat destroys the seed of compassion, and a meat-eater's every action will terrify all beings due to their bodily scent of meat. Mahaparinirvana Sutra.
I stipulate that you should not even eat meat blameless in the 3 respects. Even those meats other than the 10 previously forbidden kinds should be abandoned. The meat of corpses should also be abandoned. All creatures can recognize a person who eats meat, and when they catch the odor, they are frightened by the terror of death. Wherever that person roams, the beings in the waters, on dry land, and in the sky are frightened, thinking that they will be killed by that person. They even swoon or die. For these reasons, bodhisattvas, mahasattvas do not eat meat. Even though they may appear to eat meat on account of those to be converted, since they do not actually eat ordinary food, then how much less so meat? Bodhisattva mahasattvas means great saints. Mahaparinirvana Sutra.
Monks, a householder follower, should not engage in 5 types of business. Which 5? Business in weapons, business in human beings, business in meat, business in intoxicants, and business in poison. Vanija Sutta.
Bodhisattvas and bhikshus who practice purity will not even step on grass in the pathway. Even less will they pull it up with their hand. How can one, with great compassion, pick up the flesh and blood of living beings and proceed to eat his fill? Bhikshus who do not wear silk, leather boots, furs, or down from this country, or consume milk, cream, or butter therefrom, can truly transcend this world. When they have paid back their past debts, they will not have to re-enter the triple realm. Bodhisattvas means spiritual practitioners. Bhikshus means monks. Surangama Sutra.
Ananda, if living beings in the 6 worlds of existence cease to kill, they will not be subject to the continual round of births and deaths. How then can those who practice great compassion feed on the flesh and blood of living beings? Surangama Sutra.
If a man can control his body and mind and thereby refrains from eating animal flesh and wearing animal products, I say he will really be liberated. This teaching of mine is that of the Buddha, whereas any other is that of evil demons. Surangama Sutra.
Ananda, those practitioners who wish to enter the state of samadhi should first observe strictly the rules of pure living, to cut lust from the mind by abstaining from meat and wine. Ananda, if they do not abstain from carnality and killing, they will never escape from the three worlds of existence. Samadhi means holy communion. Surangama Sutra.
At that time, Arya Mahamati Bodhisattva Mahasattva said to the Buddha, "World-honored one, I see that in all worlds, the wandering in births and deaths, the enlaced animosities, and the falling into evil paths are all caused by meat-eating and cyclical killing. Those behaviors increase greed and anger and make living beings unable to escape from suffering. That is truly very painful." Lankavatara Sutra.
World-honored one, people who eat meat are destroying the great merciful seed of their own. Thus the people who practice the holy way should not eat meat. Lankavatara Sutra.
The Buddha told Mahamati, meat eating has countless offences. All bodhisattvas should cultivate their great mercy and compassion so that they should not eat meat. Bodhisattvas means spiritual practitioners. Lankavatara Sutra.
Those who renounce the flavor of meat can taste the flavors of the true dharmas, truthfully practice the stage of bodhisattva, and attain anuttara samyak sambodhi quickly. Dharma means true teaching. Bodhisattva means spiritual practitioner. Anuttara samyak sambodhi means supreme perfect enlightenment. Lankavatara Sutra.
Mahamati, I see that living beings are in the transmigration of the 6 paths. Being together in births and deaths, they give birth to and foster each other and cyclically become fathers, mothers, brothers and sisters of each other. They may also be born in other paths, of animal, ghost, god and so on. Whether virtuous or evil, they frequently become the relatives of each other. Because of these relationships, I see that all meats eaten by living beings are of their own relatives. The 6 paths: God, human, asura, animal, hungry ghost, hell being. Lankavatara Sutra.
If any of my disciples does not honestly consider that, and still eats meat, we should know that he is of the Kandela's lineage. He is not my disciple, and I am not his teacher. Therefore, Mahamati, if anyone wishes to be my relative, he should not eat any meat. Kandela means killer or murderer. Lankavatara Sutra.
Bodhisattvas should discern that all meats are from the filthy bodies, which are combined by pus, blood, dirtiness, red bindus, white bindus of the parents. Thus, discerning the dirtiness of meat, bodhisattvas should not eat meat. Bodhisattvas means spiritual practitioners. Bindus means bright drops. Lankavatara Sutra.
All meats are like the dead bodies of human beings. The cooked meats are as stinky and feculent as the burned dead bodies. So how could we eat such things? Lankavatara Sutra.
Meat eating can increase desires. Meat eaters are greedy. For the instinct of protecting and cherishing life, there is no difference between human and animal. For every living being, he himself is afraid of death. How could he eat the meat of others? Anyone who wants to eat meat should first discern the pain of cutting his own body, and then discern the pains of all living beings, and then give up meat eating. Lankavatara Sutra.
Mahamati, in the future there will be some ignorant persons saying that many Buddhist precepts allow meat eating. They love the flavors of meats due to their past meat-eating habit. They said those words simply according to their own views. But in fact, Buddhas and sages have never said that meats are foods. Lankavatara Sutra.
Meat eaters have so many countless offences. Thus, vegetarians or vegans have masses of countless merits and virtues. A vegetarian is a person who adopts an animal-free diet. Lankavatara Sutra.
If no one eats meat, then no one kills living beings for food. The killings are for the buyers. Thus, the buying is the same as the killing. Therefore, meat eating can obstruct the holy way. Lankavatara Sutra.
At all times, all kinds of meats are inedible unexceptionally. Mahamati, I forbid meat eating not only for one time, I mean that both in the present and future, meat eating is forbidden. Lankavatara Sutra.
A disciple of the Buddha must not deliberately eat meat. He should not eat the flesh of any sentient being. The meat eater forfeits the seed of great compassion, severs the seed of the Buddha nature, and causes animals and transcendental beings to avoid him. Those who do so are guilty of countless offenses. Brahmajala Sutra, etc. These are just some examples. For more details, please log on to suprememastertv.com/scrolls.
You see, eating animal flesh means we are decreasing our love in our being from our structure, holy structure. We are born from God. We were holy. We were true human. We were true children of God. But if we eat the animals, then the mixing of blood type and genetic code between human and animals make us lose our status as the crown of creation, as true humans. As pure humans, the children of God, we are under direct connection with the light, with the mighty master power of the commanding center of the universe. We have absolute command over all under heaven because we were pure and were children of God. But as we keep putting different elements into our beings, even physically, it will affect our spiritual structure as well. Because we became mixing, a mixing structure, not pure. We became hybrid, vulnerable to attack from the dark force, because we are not pure anymore. Thus, this kind of mixing creature could be annihilated because this mixing creature send very confusing energy, confusing message into the center of the universe. It's not recognized as pure human. So we could be eliminated out of physical realm to be recycled, to be screened out for pureness again, and to be reused. But this process can be very painful and torturous over long periods, could be hundreds of thousands of Earth years. Everybody knows that vegetarian diet is good for health and to save the planet. They will be awakening their own great, compassionate, loving self-nature, and then their level of consciousness will rise up automatically, and they will understand more than they ever did, and they'll be closer to heaven than what they are right now.